practices, improvement strategies, and challenges, where Nurit collected a number of very fine papers on the whole concept of parents' involvement in the educational goals of their children and the educational outcomes. And I see often also that this is a very important area when it comes now in the time of the pandemic, when children needs encouragement to study at home, that parental involvement is so important. Nurit is also the senior editor of the International Journal of School-Based Family Counseling and a member of the executive committee of the Oxford Symposium in School-Based Family Counseling. She also is associate editor for the International Journal of School and Educational Psychology, and as her list of international publications, refereed scholarship attest, she has a growing number of publications, both in Hebrew and in English. So we welcome you, Nurit, to speak here with us today on the parents' educational involvement and the eyes of the beholder. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Gertina, and thank you, everybody. I'm a little exciting for this webinar. So thank you all for coming for the webinar. As Gertina just said, my topic will be in this presentation, parents' educational involvement and educational goals in the eyes of the beholder. And I will start with the term of communication. Communication between schools and families is essential for building trusting relationships that foster parental involvement. And my question for you is, what words would you use to describe the communication between teachers and parents? I'm going to send you a link in the chat and ask you to write the couple of words that you will use to describe the communication between parents and but I don't have the chat here. Oh, I'm sorry.
I can write it for you, so everyone.
No, I want to send in the chat link.
So just take your cursor to the very bottom, Nurit, and it should.
Okay. Here it is, but not private, but for everyone. So here you have, please open the chat and open the link and write words you use to describe the communication between teachers and parents. And when you are done, please don't forget to submit. Open the chat and then open the link.
And Nurit, do you want us to fill this out right now, or do you want us to fill this out after the presentation?
Fill it now. Yes, please. Hope you can see the screen. Yeah, so you can see the misunderstanding. Yeah. Most of us might think that it necessarily, but it's also sometimes misunderstanding, feeling of guilty, limited, informed. I will be back to this slide in the end of my presentation, and we will talk about it. So thank you everybody for your answers. I promise I will be back to that in the end. Okay, so back to parental involvement and the connection between communication, parental involvement, and educational goal. Previous studies have suggested link between parental involvement and, sorry, I have parental involvement, students' well-being, and academic achievement. However, parental involvement consists of two main dimensions: home-based and school-based. When I'm talking about school-based, it includes participating in scheduled conference and volunteering at school. That are some of the examples. When I'm talking about home-based, it consists of monitoring the child's progress, helping with homework, discussion with the child, emotional support, nurturing motivation, and of course, providing extracurricular enriching. So those are the two dimensions of parental involvement. And I extremely recommend to distinguish between those two dimensions. Anyway, students' engagement in learning is shaped primarily by parents through the home environment. And parental involvement is an alterable variable that can be influenced by school and teacher practice. Unfortunately, teachers and parents rarely find themselves in conflict with one another. And the reason for the teacher-parents conflict is mainly because the family focuses on the child as an individual and the school focuses on the child as a member of a group. So given that the environments in which students grow up are likely to have a strong influence on the development of their beliefs and behaviors, there is a need to investigate the diverse point of view of teachers and parents. And the present study focused on educational goal. It was assumed that K teachers and parents don't share common perception of educational goals. And why did I assume that? What are the reasons for this assumption? I will give example of two studies in early education in Australia reflect the K teachers and parents dissatisfaction. The first one was about K teachers' point of view, and they pointed out the lack of reciprocity in teacher-parents relations, lack of communication, uncertainty regarding pedagogic expectations, and parental hostility. By contrast, parents perceived kindergarten service as unresponsive to their unique needs and unavailable for their children. More than that, studies also found differences between K-teachers and parents' attitude toward educational goal. For example, K-teachers tend to ascribe more importance to promoting the child's social skills, physical health, and general well-being than their knowledge and academic skills. Parents, however, tend to rate the importance of general knowledge and social behavior higher than teachers do. What is the explanation for that? And I thought that maybe the fact that in the Western countries, the approach to teacher training is guided by neoliberal value, which promote child-centered natural learning process and socio-emotional empowerment. That's why the teacher put more, they think that they have to put more attention for communication skills. By contrast, parents wish to give their children an opportunity to succeed in school, and therefore they have strong ambition to prepare their children for school, and their aim will be to develop skills that connect with cognitive and preparing for school. So my hypotheses were that K-teachers value children's social skills more than parents do. Parents value fostering of children's academic skills more than K-teachers do. And the third hypothesis was that K-teachers and parents' rating of the other's educational goal differ from their own rating. And for that aim, I collected data from parents and K-teachers. Participants were 182 female K-teachers and 208 parents of children who attend kindergarten. I use a snowball sampling technique to collect data by online self-report questionnaires. And here's the instrument. I used a questionnaire called Teachers Rating of the Goals of Kindergarten Questionnaire, based on documents published by the Israeli Minister of Education as the Early Education Core Curriculum. So teachers and parents were presented with 8 goals: fostering physical development, developing general cognitive skills, developing social communication skills, imparting legacy and tradition, promoting literacy and mathematics skills, fostering positive self-esteem, developing curiosity, and the picture is for developing curiosity, and developing learning habits. So I use these 8 goals 3 times. I'm going to show you how we used it. Teachers and parents were asked to rate the 8 goals 3 times. On the first time, they rate the importance of the 8 goals from their own point of view, which means that they rate each goal from 1 to 5, from not important at all to 5 very important, from their own point of view. On the next steps, I asked them, teachers and parents, to rate the 3 most important goals. Only the 3 most important goals, once from their own perspective, and the second time from the perspective of the other, which means that the parent's perception of the teacher's perspective and vice versa. So that is the 3 times that they rate the goals. And the results. You can see here on table 1, you can see mean and standard deviation, and overall mean score and standard deviation show that K teachers and parents attributed a high level of importance to all 8 goals, running from important to very important. It's between 4 to 5, you can see in the median for the parents' perception and the teacher perception. A Mann-Whitney test for teachers and parents rating of the 8 goals showed 2 significant differences. Teachers score higher on goal F, fostering positive self-esteem, and parents score higher on goal H, developing learning habit. So until now, it's what we expect to find in comparing between the parents and the teacher. Something else that I found here is that both teachers and parents score lower on goal D, imparting legacy and tradition, which is very interesting, but I'm not going to talk about it now, but it was also important to see. The third hypothesis focused on teachers and parents rating their 3 most important goals and rating of the other parents or teacher 3 most important goals. And here is the surprise and the unexpected result. As you can see, here, teacher and parents attribute, as you can see here, result, you can see here that the result is identical. Parents and teacher rate the same goals, the first goal is fostering positive self-esteem. It was perceived by teacher and parents as the most important goal, the one that you can see here in yellow. And it was followed by developing curiosity and social communication skills. So that's the thing that was very important to see, that they agree about the 3 most important goals. However, when we ask them to rate the other, we can see that teacher and parents attribute to the other 2 identical goals: fostering positive self-esteem and developing social communication skills. But in addition, teacher attributed to parents the goal of promoting literacy and mathematics skills, and parents attributed to teachers the goal of developing learning habits. And this is the only difference that I found between parents and teacher when they ask to attribute or to rate the other. Parents rate the teacher and teacher rate the parents. So we can say that, as expected, teachers score higher on social competence goal, fostering positive self-esteem, and parents score higher on academic skills goal, developing learning habit. And that's what I expected. But however, K teachers and parents rate the same 3 educational goals as being most important, but they attribute different goals to the other. both parents and teacher attribute to the other a goal of acquiring knowledge and developing academic skills. And that's what is very interesting, and that I will try to explain and find how to explain it. So first of all, I'm back to the communication, and I think that maybe it's a matter of miscommunication between parents and teachers. Talking to parents is an important task that teachers do daily, but it is also a challenging encounter. Why? Because some parents do not speak or read the local language. Not all families can attend school meetings. There is also differences between participants' emotional involvement. Teacher and parents know the child from different perspectives and over different periods. Teachers and parents play different roles in and out of school system. Therefore, they differ in their responsibilities for supporting the child. Something else that I learned is that K-teacher and parents communication take place during daily contact, when parents drop off and pick up the children. And I heard a lot of complaining from teachers and parents about the situation of drop off and pick up, this short time that they have to meet each other and communicate it or exchange information about the child or something that happened in kindergarten. So my conclusion is that K-teachers and parents tend to rate similarly the importance of promoting socio-emotional abilities, but they were not aware of the agreement between them. Examination of these findings suggests the need for the school-based family counselor to clarify and improve the mechanism of direct and indirect teacher-parents communication, and to be aware of diverse perceptions of the effect on students' behavior and success. Back to communication. In the present study, K-teachers and parents agree on the importance of kindergarten educational goals, but they were not aware of this agreement. To develop awareness of the other's perception, teacher and parents need to communicate. Therefore, teacher-parents communication, in my opinion, is the core practice within family-school partnership. So, thank you.